Alright, so we need to work on the second tentacle, which is this one here, and we can hide all the others now. Control H. Boom. So we just want to work on this one. Let's take a look at it. Seems fairly simple, and let's grab the cylinder, Control D, duplicate it, so we've made a copy of it, and so we can actually use this one, and again, you know, DV, middle mouse, snap, so we've snapped the pivot to this bottom vertex, and then C, middle mouse, and we can slide the cylinder along the curve, and so it is there. Okay, we are done with that bit. Let's take a look, and there we go. Face, click drag. Now I've selected too many faces, so hold down Control, click drag. There we go. Hold down Shift and let's select this curve. Now remember what happened last time. It was a bit of a mess, right? And why was that? Well, if you take a look at the we've got 13 spans in this case, so what we need to do is go to curves, rebuild. Now you can add 15, it doesn't matter, or keep it 13, rebuild. So I've added 15 now, and so there we go, and we can actually just shape and position the CV curves just a bit better. All the way around there, seems pretty good. Okay, so let's do it again. There we go, the bottom face is already selected, boom, and boom, and add the divisions. And again, you know, this bit's crazy that we need to sort out. Next thing is to go to the taper, and we can actually just kind of make this thinner. I think that looks fine. Alright, not too bad. Let's delete history, and what we'll do is grab this curve and just delete it. We're done with the curve. And what we need to do again is work on this tentacle. So, whew, it's quite messy. So again, let's just delete the geometry there. And let's grab this multi-cut, switch on edge flow. Let's just add a bit more resolution. There we go, I think that's fine. Alright, maybe just a bit more there and there. Just to create a better curve. Let's just close the window. Again, we can grab this, and what we need to do is basically just spin it around and just kind of bring it back a bit. We'll do the same with this piece of geometry here, so let's just spin it around, and yeah. Alright, hit F so we can frame up on it, and let's go into edges and then hit extrude, and let's model this baby. So very simple, hit extrude again, there we go, and hit extrude again, W for move tool, and boom, there you go. And make this thinner. Let's add a bit more geometry to create the curves. Yeah, okie doke, not bad. Again, we need to close this, so grab the edge loop here, hit extrude R, scale it in. So we've got a small hole here, and then just go to mesh and just fill the hole. Grab the cut this time, switch off edge flow, and let's just connect the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want to make sure that. Okay, so I'm getting a bit confused. This needs to go here, and this edge needs to go there. Alright, I'm going to add a bit more geometry here, a bit more here and here, so it allows us to create a better rounded edge here. And so hit B, and maybe just make it a bit bigger. Let's see. So it takes quite a lot of stretching to do to create that rounded point, but we're getting there, as you can see. And so hit B to switch it off and grab all of these vertices and just push them back up. This needs to go back up as well. Oops, I forgot to select that vertex. Make sure we've got all the proper vertices selected. We can deselect these and just bring it up like that. Very crooked, very wonky. And so it's time for edit edge flow. There we go. So this will just kind of create better geometry. There we go. And we just want to go all the way around the tentacle to make sure it's we've got nice smooth flowing. Oh, not that side, but it's this side. So nice smooth flowing geometry. There we go. Boom. That does that because we have faces there. So if we deleted these faces, and then you did that with the edit edge flow, there you go. So the faces, whether you got faces there or not, makes a difference to the way the edge flow calculates the last edge loop for some reason. That's just how Maya works. But anyway, there we go. We're kind of done. There you have it. Looks a bit wonky around there. As you can see, it thins and goes big, and you know, not there, but here. So we can add some finishing touches to this. Let's have a look. Hit B and just kind of bring it in a little bit. Actually, just bring it a bit more like that. There we go. So kind of just make it a bit thinner. I don't like the positioning of this geometry, so I'm gonna just spin it around like this. That's much better. There we go. And that looks a bit better. And let's just go around one more time just to improve it. So edit edge flow. There you go. That feels better. And we are just about done. One more thing that we need to check is to make sure that the tentacle is touching the ground. That we will do at one point. So I'll say pretty much done with this, and let's hit 3, and look at that, that's much better now. So is it touching the ground? No. So this is the next thing we need to deal with. Grab some of this geometry here, hit B, make it much bigger. There we go, and just kind of push it down. There we go. Boom. And if you want to, just one more time, do the edit edge flow, just to improve it. There we go. And I think that's fine. There you go, it's touching the ground. Delete history, center the pivot, control S, save your scene. Actually, I don't want to center the pivot. Where is the pivot? It's, The reason for that is so we can move it around later. If you center the pivot, you know, it's moving from here, but I like the pivot here. Okay, so delete history, we can call this tentacle 2, and an isolate, shift control H, bring everything back. Now, did we label this? No, so we might as well call this tentacle 1. Excuse me. Now, as you can see, they're overlapping. We haven't finished because we're going to be, you know, doing stuff like this, you see. And maybe just bring this like a bit forward. And this just back a little bit. And there you go. And so that looks much better. And so if you take a look at the side view, it's more interesting already. You see? So I'm going to do Control Z, put them back into its default position, because moving the tentacles is something we're going to do later once we've finished creating all the other tentacles. So there you have it, and I will see you next video.